How about you? What do you need to get in place to be ready to generate cash flow, to hire the people that you need to support the growth that you know is possible? Are you ready for that? If not now, when?
Is your current success putting a lot of demands on you? If you're good at what you do, and you are, then everyone wants you. But that's no way to scale. If you're delivering spectacular results, you should be commanding higher fees, working with only the best clients. Welcome to the Hands Off CEO podcast, where world-class agency owners and consultants learn how to fully monetize their expertise and scale profits by doing less. Here's your host, Mandi Ellefson.
Hello, this is Mandi Ellefson, host of the Hands Off CEO podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about buying season and how to take advantage of the buying season to be able to put yourself on path to being able to add at least $1 million of extra sales for the coming year. So during quarter four, this is when your clients and your prospects are all pulling out their budgets. They look at the past year and it's somehow gotten away from them, and they're looking at, what can we do differently next year? We want to be looking at what can we be doing in our businesses right now in order to really take full advantage of the decisions that are happening right now. But the reality is that most consulting agencies are too busy to really take full advantage of this buying season, so that they're very reactive during this time. They're just kind of waiting for prospects to come to them. Meanwhile, all your competitors who are on the more proactive side, they're going out and reaching out to those prospects. Who do you think is going to get the business? You who's waiting around to see for them to come, or this other company who's being proactive and actually serving their needs right now? Well, you don't want to miss out on that business. And really, we want to take full advantage during this buying season, because if you don't, what we see happen is that consulting agency CEOs stay stuck in this cycle of busy, because the CEO is too stuck working in the business. And, they may not even have control of their own calendar. That's why the past episode that we did on hiring an executive assistant is one of the things that we see a lot of time. They don't even have control of their own schedule, which is one of the reasons why we recorded that episode. But really what happens is the CEO is very much the major bottleneck to business growth. And really, as the CEO, your job is to look ahead. Your job is to proactively look for ways to grow the business. And if you are too busy running your business, when will you have time to grow it? As growth experts, it's all too easy to find ourselves spread too thin, spending disproportionate amounts of time growing other people's businesses. But are you ready to put your own business first? Now is the time to really lay the foundation and prepare for the upcoming buying season. Really, we're in the buying season. It's no longer upcoming. We're in the buying season as of when this podcast episode is airing. So really, we want to be looking at what needs to change to be able to have the cash flow to hire the team that you can trust so you can let go. And what will it take to increase capacity so that you can focus more of your time bringing in business and knowing that you have a competent team to support it? An agency owner who joined back in January, he was a little bit nervous. They had great services, but the owners found themselves just very involved in the day-to-day. So they were very reluctant to grow too quickly. And what we found for them is that in the first 90 days, we helped them be able to get their focus on their offer and create this irresistible offer for the most profitable clients in their business. And by doing this, what they found out is sales conversions went through the roof. They were able to just tap into their existing network and some of their existing clients even. And now they're able to consistently sell packages for their highest price point. Their higher price point is at $10,000 a month. They were even able to bring in clients at the $20,000 a month. And this was from the CEO having the focus and the time to be able to go after business and knowing that their team can actually follow through on it. And this has given them the cash flow to confidently staff up to support growth. So they had an operations manager already in place, but it became clear that he just wasn't going to cut it. So what we did is we helped him recruit another one, and they're just ecstatic about this person. With the help of the Operations Academy that she joined, she's now been rolling out this new operational plan, and she's been streamlining systems, and she's been really kicking the owners out of the operations and reminding them that they're hands-off CEOs and to go and sell. Those are literally the words that she shared with them. All of this has lowered their stress and it's given them this peace of mind that they can scale. They've generated over $1 million of new sales in the first 6 months. And that's very fast growth for their company and where they're at. For them now, every season is buying season. How about you? What do you need to get in place to be ready to generate cash flow, to hire the people that you need to support the growth that you know is possible? Are you ready for that? If not now, when? What do you need to have in place for your staff to be given the frameworks to scale and to be really trained by seasoned experts to run the day-to-day? Do you really have the frameworks in place already in your business to scale? Do you have experts in your team who can run the day-to-day business for you? If not, do you need support with that? So one of the things that we look for when we're working with clients is we analyze the needs of their business and we help them train up their account managers and their project managers and really on into the operations management so that they can really run the day-to-day in the business, so that the owner can really step back. One of the things that we look for in moving through this is getting the CEO so that, first of all, they're no longer in account management. They're no longer in project management. Those are just like managing the day-to-day moving pieces of the plan, but also removing them out of the operations management of the whole business when the time is right. What we found is getting out of account management and project management frees up about 20 hours per week, depending on the size of the company and depending on how involved the CEO already is in the day-to-day of that. But what that does is it increases both capacity and also it increases quality for clients. But it takes being very intentional. It takes removing the plan that's inside of the CEO's head and making it a standardized plan that your team can manage too. And then how do you be able to standardize a plan in a way that actually doesn't decrease quality, but increases quality? And very often when a service or an agency or a consulting company is looking at standardizing bits of their business, what ends up happening is that they downplay, they degrade the quality because they're really trying to turn this into like this very repeatable process. And in the process of doing that, they take out all of the bits and pieces that make it really exciting and really valuable for the client, which means that the client's willing to pay less. So what we want to do is actually standardize it in such a way where it increases the quality, where it increases the client results. And also at the same time, it makes it more scalable for your business. This happens from when you're selling the service on into where you're delivering the service. So how the two of them connect is very important. These are some of the foundations that you need to be taking into consideration so that you can really be ready for the buying season that we are now in. And Q4 and the beginning of Q1 is really where there's just so much growth to be had as your prospects and your clients are looking over those budgets and that they have money to spend. And in many cases, they need to spend that money. So really, you want to be looking at what is it going to take to free up the capacity and what is it going to take to make sure that you have the right offer you're selling to them so that you have the cash flow to be able to actually pay people profitably and sustainably in your company. Because what you want to do is make sure that you actually have that sustainable foundation financially in your company so that as you scale, profit actually increases. Wouldn't that be great to have your profits actually increase as you scale? Well, it's possible. So anyway, just in closing, be ready to take on the opportunity. Otherwise, it's going to pass you by. The stronger agencies whose CEOs choose to get out from underneath the business, they're able to take the lion's share of really what's on the table. So, and which CEO are you? Are you the CEO who's going to take the opportunity and run with it? Are you going to let another year pass by and say, I'm too busy to proactively go out and market and sell my business, and I'm just too busy in the day-to-day to even do anything about it? So which one are you? Are you ready to take the proactive action? If you would like some help to free up time right now, I'd encourage you to reach out to our team, have a conversation, see what might be possible for your company. So if you're at that place where you're either nearing $1 million or way past it, you know what? We would love to have a conversation to see what might be possible to put these things into place so that you can really generate millions of dollars more of growth in your company as you are stepping back from the day-to-day, as you're actually working less in the business and working more on the business. And then you have more time to travel and have more time to think and to really do that high level strategy in the business that's so much fun. So good luck to you in our buying season, our Q4 buying season. I would love to hear how it goes. Please reach out. My email address is mandy@handsoffceo.com, MANDI@handsoffceo.com. I'd love to hear any comments you have. And by all means, please leave us a review on your favorite podcast player if you found this to be helpful. This is Mandi Ellefson from Hands Off CEO podcast, signing off.